Welcome to the day 5 notes. Here's the warm-up question. You're supposed to find the slope between these sets of points. So you'll find 4 different slopes. Go ahead, pause the video, work these out, and then come back and see how you did. So for this first one, I know I can label this x1, y1, and x2, y2. And slope formula is rise over run. So like this. So I could do 0 minus 3 over 3 minus 0 for this first one. And that's going to give me negative 3 over 3. So my slope simplifies down to negative 1. On this next one, over on the right side, I'm going to have 6 minus 13 over 9 minus 7. That gives me negative 7 over positive 2. That can't be simplified. That's what my slope is. Okay, if I had done the other way around, I'd done 13 minus 6 is positive 7 over 7 minus 9 is negative 2. That gives me the exact same answer. But remember, you have to make sure if you decide to do like 9, 6 as the first ordered pair, you have to have that in the first for the top and the bottom. You can't have like the 6 at the beginning and the 9 at the end. At the bottom, we've got the slope is 11 minus 11 over 7 minus 4, which is 0 over 3. So my slope is 0. And the last one, 7 minus 1 over 9 minus 9 is 6 over 0, but you can never divide anything by 0. Sorry about that. My OneNote decided it wanted to close. So you can never divide anything by 0. So I'll put that 0 back again. And that means we have undefined slope. You've got a cliff. There's no slant to it whatsoever. So today we're going to be using our slope in our slope-intercept form to graph lines. So slope-intercept form is written in the form y equals mx plus b, where m is slope and b what's called the y. B is what is called the y-intercept. So first in this problem, before we get to graphing at all, we're going to identify what our slope is. In this case, it's negative 4. Your slope never has an x in it. It's your slope. Okay, we've got mx. M does not have an x in it. It's after it. Okay, so your m is negative 4, and your y-intercept, it's always going to be an ordered pair of 0, comma, whatever this number is. Okay, notice I circled that sign. If it's a plus or a negative, you bring that with. So in this case, it is 7. So to graph this line, we find our y-intercept, which is 0, 7. So we go 0 left or right and go up 7 because it's a plus 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is right there. Now our slope tells us our rise over run. Okay, I could think of this as negative 4 over 1. If I want to, I would go down 4, right 1. Because I always want to go up and to the right if it's positive, but now we go down 4, right 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4 down, right 1. And then from that point, I go down another 4, right 1. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, right 1. And just keep doing that as long as we can. We need to get 5 dots. Now we can connect the dots, and we've got our line. Now I'm going to actually also make a table so we can see that those are values on this line. So if I had a table, if I plugged in 0, negative 4 times 0 is 0, plus 7 would give me 7. So that was the first point that we put on there. If I plugged in 1, negative 4 times 1 is negative 4, plus 7 gives me a positive 3. So from the origin, if I'd gone right 1 and up 1, 2, 3, that's that first red dot that I put. Same thing if I go with a 2. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8, plus 7 is negative 1. So from the origin, 2 to the right, down 1 is that second red dot. If I plug in 3, that would be negative 12 plus 7, which is negative 5. So that's going to be, this is just obnoxious. There we go. That's going to be 3 to the right, down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, where that red dot is. if I'd done one more, it's negative 16 plus 7 would be negative 9. So 4 to the right, down 7. The slope is just going to be a faster way of getting you all of these points. So for this one, we want to graph the line. First, identify our slope is 3, and our y-intercept is the ordered pair 0, negative 7, because we bring that whole plus or minus sign with. So we go to 0, left or right, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's our y-intercept. Now our slope being 3 is like up 3 over 1, so up 1, 2, 3, right 1. Up 3, right 1. Up 3, right 1. Up 3, right 1. Up 3, right 1. You can just keep doing that forever. Now, I could also go down 3, left 1. That's going to be the same thing. I'm going to show you that by using these dots I've already used. So from this dot right here, if I go down 3, left 1, that's the same as if I'd gone from this dot up 3, right 1. Because negative divided by negative is the same thing as a positive. So if I connect these dots, make sure I have my arrows going on forever, because it goes in both directions forever. Now this next one looks scary because it's got a fraction, but I don't really care. That makes my life easy because I always think of my slope as a fraction. My y-intercept is 0, positive 2, so right there. And now this is where I kind of get to decide, do I want my negative to be in the numerator or the denominator? Doesn't matter which, that's just going to make you go further to the right or further to the left first, but it's kind of up to you. So I'm going to go with negative 1 on top and a positive 4 on bottom. So that means I'm going to go down 1, right 4. Down 1, right 4. And if I wanted to keep going down 1, right 4, I'm going to run out of space. So now I'm going to backtrack, up 1, left 4, up 1, left 4, up 1, left 4. That's the same thing as if I had the negative sign in the denominator and the positive in the numerator. So up 1, left 4 would give me these 5 dots. I always want to have 5 dots. Connect the dots with as straight of a line as you can get. And there you go. Now we want to rewrite this equation in slope-intercept form and then graph it. So this is an easy one in some senses because everything's already in the correct side. I just need to have y equals mx plus b, and right now I have y equals b minus mx, or plus negative mx, I guess. So I just take this stuff, put it in the front. Minus 3x, that was a positive 5, so plus 5. That's your y equals mx plus b. We have a negative slope, so we should know that it's slanting down from top left to bottom right. My slope is negative 3. My y-intercept is 0, 5. So up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where it crosses the x, or the y-axis, excuse me. That's why it's called the y-intercept, right? It's where it crosses the y-axis. So now I go down 3, right 1, down 3, right 1, down 3, right 1, until I run out of dots. Or it could have gone up 3, left 1. I've got plenty of dots there. I need at least 5. There's my line. This next one, I got to get it in slope-intercept form again, so I need to add 4x to both sides. Negative 4x plus 4x is 0, so I've got just y on the left. On the right side, I've got 4x minus 2. So my slope is 4. My y-intercept is 0, negative 2, which is right there. Now I go up 4, right 1. Up 4, right 1. I can't go up 4, ran out of space. Okay, I don't want to go off the graph, so I'm going to go down 4, left 1, down 4, left 1. Okay, I've got the same issue. I run out of room. So in this case, I'm only going to have 4 dots. And that's okay. If you want to try to go off the grid and estimate where it's going to be, that's okay too. But that's our line. Now this one looks intimidating because there's a lot of fractions going on, but remember, this is just, all right, plus -6 over -3. I'll write it like this. You can split a fraction into two fractions if you just add the numerators together. Then you can simplify each of those each of those fractions. So 9/3 is the same thing as 3. Positive divided by negative gives me a -3x. And then plus -6 divided by -3 is a +2. So I actually just have -3x plus 2. So my slope is -3. My y-intercept is 0, 2. So up 3, right 1. Up 3, right 1. Or could have gone down 3, left 1. Quite a few more times. Make sure you get those arrows. And I made a mistake because I'm running too fast. I'm double checking. Sometimes I double check and don't say things out loud, and this is where I made a mistake and I caught it. I'm going up and to the right, and I was like, wait a second, my slope should be negative, so I should be going down and to the left. So I did a slope of +3, even though my slope should be -3. So if that's the case, I need to erase pretty much everything. I can leave the y-intercept exactly where it is, because that's not changing, just the direction of the slope. So -3 would actually have been down 3, right 1. Down 3, right 1. Or up 3, left 1. That's going to be the most common type of mistake that we make, having the slope go the wrong direction, or just straight up counting wrong. Counting up 3, but actually only going up 2, or accidentally going up 4. Make sure you're counting appropriately. So we want to get y equals mx plus b. It means we need to get y by itself. So I'm going to add 3x to both sides. That gives me -2y equals 3x plus 6. To get y by itself, I need to divide everything by -2. So I've got y equals -3/2 x minus 3. So my slope is -3/2. My y-intercept is 0, -3. So -3/2 is down 3, right 2, down 3, right 2. I'm out of room going that way. Instead, I could go up 3, left 2, a whole bunch of times. The more dots you have, the easier it is to see if you make a mistake. A mistake in counting. So if I'd gone up 3, left 5 at some point, I could have had like a dot all the way over here. Now that's pretty clear to see that, hey, that dot is not in the right spot, so I did something wrong somewhere. All right, because all of these lines need to be perfectly straight. Get this to y equals mx plus b. I'm actually going to add 2/3 y to both sides. That way I can get rid of that negative and get y on the left side, because I want y on the left side anyway. So I've got 2/3 y plus x equals 2. Then I'm going to subtract x from both sides. Give me -x plus 2 on the right. Now I'm going to multiply both sides by 3 to get 2y equals -3x plus 6 when I distribute this 3. Divide everything by 2 to get y equals -3/2, -3/2 x plus 3. My slope is -3/2. My y-intercept is 0, 3. So it means I am right there. Now I'm going to go down 3, right 2. Down 3, right 2. Or it could have gone up 3, left 2. I said you need 5 dots. I generally like to put as many dots on the graph as I can possibly get, just so I can see if it actually looks straight or not. Alright, so that's the last example problem. Make sure that you're doing your homework or trying a few of those problems so you can do them in class. And ask questions when you come to class. If you have any questions, you can write them down below here. Any questions or a summary of what we did in this lesson. Hope everybody has a good day.